Hey, Super Cool Dave here, just playing Transport Fever, and I'm going to show you how to get all 5 gold medals in the Hard Times mission, which is part of the European campaign. Right, first thing you want to do is just click Start Mission, close the box, click the question mark that's floating in front of you, close it, go here, close it, go to the beach, close it, and then you want to flip the camera looking straight down, go straight out, and you should see a ship on the bottom. Click it, and it will give you a bonus $1 million. So we've got 16 million now. First thing we're going to do is build coal. So the coal is right here. You want to go to a truck station. Just stick it in right here. And right next to it, we're just going to build a depot. Done. Right here, we're going to build a road, medium street. It comes up and then runs straight to the food granary. So just in small steps, it's a little bit hilly, so saves yourself some money. Just like so. That's too expensive. Let's do a bit cheaper. Yeah, that was a lot cheaper. Like so. And you want to just sort of swing it like that. And then from here, we're going to cut on that side. So we've got one on the left and one on the right. Right here, we're going to drop another truck station in, and we're going to make this actually a large truck station. We're also going to build a road depot, and we're just going to stick it just here out the way. Where we split off, we're going to build 2 truck stations. Just the single ones will be fine. One here and one on the other side. As long as this is highlighted white, you're good. We're also going to build a truck depot, like so. On the way up to here, we're just going to build roads, 40km/h road, and just cut this corner. Right here, we're going to do a large street, directly opposite. We're going to run it straight up, like so. And then we're going to click the magic wand and click each side, and then deselect the magic wand. We're going to click this. We're going to build a road depot. I'm going to swing it around and just put it right on the end of the road like so. We're going to build a truck station. Just the regular one will do. Swing it around. And we want this here. We want to build another truck station and stick it here. And we're going to build another truck station and place it there. Next thing we're going to do is go to the iron ore. And we're going to build a truck station just on the side of the road here. We're also going to build a depot. So rotate this around like so. Right here, where this bend is, we just want to cut this off. So just lots of small sections. It's a little bit hilly here, so it just saves you quite a big chunk of money. That straight across is like 400,000. Let's have a look. Yeah, 400. We did it for under 100. That's all we basically need to get started. So first things first, we're going to get the iron ore started. By road vehicles, you want the bends. You just want to grab 20 straight off the mark, like so. We want to set the line, new line. We're going to call this iron ore. And it's going to go, move this out the way, between here, and we're going to use this as the drop off, so right there. Close, close. So that's all we need for that one. Now let's get the coal started. So here's the coal, so we want to click on here, buy road vehicles, bends, buy, set line all, new line. We're going to call this line coal. This is literally from there and to the exact same station that we have the iron ore being delivered to. Now we've got that started, what we can do is just click triple time and that all should start pouring in. Now we need to go down to this town, build a road, 40km/h one, and just connect from there to there. From here, you just want to run it up, across, connect it, and jump it. Everything looks good here. We just now need another truck station. I'm going to rotate this around and stick it like so. We might as well build, while we're here, another road depot. It's always handy to have them scattered all over the place. Everything's looking hunky-dory. Right, this is going to produce steel and slag. So what we're going to do, buy road vehicles, we need Benzes, we want to grab 20. Set line all, new line, and it's going between that closest one and down here where we're going to get our food from. So I like to drop off close, that's just my way of remembering. We're going to call this steel. So that's looking pretty good. We'll go back here. I'm going to buy some more road vehicles, more Benzes, grab another 20. Set line all, new line, between the top one here and all the way over here to the brickworks. We're going to call this line slag. Everything's now starting to form quite nicely. Now, down here, I need to click this, buy road vehicles, another 20 Benzes, like so. When I set the line, new line between here and here. We're going to call this line food. While everything's getting started and on its way, we're going to close this, open up the line for slag, and what I didn't mention before is this has to be unload only, where we're dropping off over here, because we do not want to bring anything back. We want the bricks to stay here. In town, you need to build another truck depot, and what we're going to need to do is turn the layering on so we can see what the land use is. We want to cover as much yellow and blue as possible. So I'm going to swing this around, and if you do it just right, you can knock out one building right here, and as you can see, it gets a lot. Going to go down to each town and do the exact same thing. Truck station, and just find somewhere to squeeze it in as cheap as possible. 1.8 million. About right here, that looks cheap. You don't really want to knock yellow down. Yellow is the most expensive. Like so. And that's got a lot. Jump down to this town and the exact same thing. Right here, and we'll probably knock out these right here. Done. Now we've got this all done. We want to just create some new lines ready to go. So line, and between here and here. We're going to call this line food bricks 1. Close, new line, food bricks 2. That's going between here and there. Food bricks 3. And as you probably guessed it, between here and the third town. Close. That should all slowly be coming along. All those lines need to have the second bay, the delivery spot set to unload only. So bricks, unload. This one, food brick. Just a little bit pedantic, I like them all to be the same. Close, and the third one, unload only. Because we don't want them to bring anything back. Always dump, dump, dump. Now what we're actually going to do is let's create a new line between this one and this one. We're going to call this one temp brick. Done. Close, close. What we're actually going to do is buy some road vehicles, Benzes. Let's grab 10. Set line, temp brick. That's just going to bounce stuff back in some forwards because we don't want the bricks going through the network, because we do not want this getting built by accident. Otherwise we'll have to it'll unlock the next stage, which is the 4 years. We don't want to start that mission yet because we want the $50 million. It is possible to get it without delaying the mission, but it makes it very difficult. So the longer you can put off building this, the much easier it is to get filthy rich. Right, now everything looks like it's starting to spread out nice. What we're going to do is click on this depot, buy road vehicles, get some Benzes. We want 10 to start off with. And now set line, food 1. Grab another 10. If you ever build too many, just delete some. Set line all, bricks 2, and grab another 10. Set line all, bricks 3. So it is going to jam up a bit. It doesn't matter. It will all even itself out eventually. So that's looking pretty good. What I'll do now is stick another 20 vehicles, grabbing the steel, because it's starting to bank up just a little tiny weeny bit. So buy road vehicles, Benzes, 20. So bring this up. 10. Set line all. Set line all. Come on. I don't know why it's playing silly buggers. Set line all. Steel. Close everything. We don't need anything else open. Somehow food's made it up to here. The only thing there is the slag vehicle, and the slag shouldn't bring anything back. But that's alright, we'll just leave it. You'll get a little bit of leakage, it's just the way this game works. But all the food should be well and truly getting smashed across into here. And then distributed. So as you can see, every time one food comes in, it should whack it on the correct route. What we're going to do while we're waiting is, this is a farm. You don't always need it, but sometimes we do. The farm doesn't come active until later on in the game, during the war, if your stores run out of food. And there's a very good chance you will. So what I do is click that, zoom out, and all we're going to do is sit back and wait until this has gotten all the food gets above 10%, which I think was the goal. Yeah, 10% to everything minimum. One of the things here is make sure no city has a food supply of 30% while another goes empty-handed. Don't worry about it. I've had like 50-60% in one town and the other one had 0, and it's made no difference. I've still got it. I think this only applies during the war, so you don't want to accidentally give one town too much food and the other one starve during the war. I've just got the mission for supplies, so they want this warehouse to be built. That's the one we do not want to do until we've got our money, because otherwise it's just too hard. So we're just going to basically let this go and wait until we've got our money. There's nothing else you can do other than, as soon as we've got a bit of spare cash, I'll dump more vehicles onto coal, more onto iron ore, and more onto steel, and maybe even slag. You just want to start generating money as fast as you can. And also more on food as we're back up. You just got to keep adding and adding and adding. So what I'm going to do is just let this run for a bit, and then, yeah, whack it on fast forward. I haven't been waiting very long, but I can see the food starting to build up pretty bad. So what I'm going to do is actually whack 20 extra vehicles onto each food path. So Benzes. So we're going to whack 20. Set line, food and bricks 1. Grab another 20. Set line, food and bricks 2. And we'll grab another 20. Food and bricks 3. We just really want to get that food out. You can see the food is starting to come through. Look, 66%, 0%. Even though it says no more than 30, we'll still pass, no worries. As I said, I think that only applies during the war. As soon as we get a little bit more money, I'm going to spam this steel production. Oh, so we got a supply of 10 food to 10% in less than 6 years. So we well and truly got that in under 6 years. It's only 1917. What I'm going to do with this is might as well spend the extra money and yeah, just get the food producing as fast as we can. So what I'm going to do is probably coal first, because we got heaps of coal. Buy road vehicles, Benzes. I'm going to whack 20 onto coal. 38, 39, 40. Set line all, coal. Got about 2 million. Might as well get the iron ore cranking too while we're at it. Road vehicles, buy road vehicles, Benzes. Get them pumping it out. 56, 57, 59. Set line all, iron ore. Now, a great thing with this mission, do not worry if you run out of money. They'll give you another 3.6 million, and this mission won't fail you if you borrow any extra money. And you should be already making a profit, apart from the construction costs, of course. But yeah, it's so easy to make money in this mission. Once those vehicles will start pouring through, we should well and truly start smashing the steel out. Right, we've got about $5 million and we're actually making a profit. So what we're going to do is just sink another 20 vehicles. So buy road vehicles, Benzes, just expand it out. 980. I'm going to set the line to steel. Let's move this up, set line, steel. The steel should really start pouring out. This factory should upgrade fairly soon. Must have done it fairly recently. We've got tons of everything in stock. We need to get rid of the slag a bit faster as well. So what we're going to do is also buy some road vehicles. If you accidentally do what I did, where you push it off the screen, you can't see it, just tap escape and it will recenter it on the screen. So it will open up like that. So we want to buy road vehicles, Benzes. I'm going to whack another 20 onto slag. Set line all, slag. Doesn't look like there's much of a bottleneck anymore here. Let's zoom out and have a look here. Right, all the bricks are getting disposed of nicely. Yep. So all the bricks are getting sent out through here. How's this going? There's no backlog. It's all good. All we're doing is just trying to make a fortune. There is a lot of bread here. So I might whack another 20 moving bread. So buy road vehicles. Another Benz, buy. Set line all. Food. It doesn't matter if it gets a bit chock-a-block. What you can always do is just upgrade the road 4 straight. Like so. It doesn't want to let us today. There we go. That looks pretty good to me. Just this little bit. Just to prevent any traffic jams. So all the vehicles that want to go left can line up in the left lane, all the vehicles that want to go in the right one can go in the right hand lane, and they're not going to jam each other up. That looks really good. What we can also do on the food one, we can tell it to always unload up here, and this one will tell it to full load. So all the vehicles aren't jamming up this one, they'll jam up on this road. That's perfectly fine because they got their own lane all to themselves. All I'm going to do now is just sit back and probably just let it sit on fast forward until we got our 50 million, or just close to, because you're going to continue making money for ages. Right, we've let the game run for a little while. What I like to do, we're definitely making money. It could be faster, but what we're going to do is have a look and see if there's any way we can try and speed the money production up. It looks like this is just smashing out bread, which is good. We got everything will probably be well and truly fed. Everyone's happy. Is this running? Yep. So the stones, the bricks are all getting sold, all the construction materials. A little bit of congestion here I've noticed watching it. What I might do is just grab the magic wand out and just convert it to 4 lanes. Probably a little bit overkill, but if it works, it works. Let's bump up that whole section. We'll see if that just helps. Or is everyone going to just squish into 1 lane? Which is usually their style. We'll widen that as well. A lot of it is just playing because, the game has little weird quirks that sometimes you can predict, and other times it's a little bit unpredictable. A shoddy intersection, yeah, I should have predicted that. I should have picked up on it before. Everything else though is looking really good. All the road traffic doesn't help. It causes a bit of backlog with your vehicles trying to get into town, as you can see. But hopefully it's not too bad. Alright, this backlog's completely gone. Everyone's getting through and all looks good. Have a look at your routes. Alright, this coal. What I'm actually going to do is tell them to fully load. Just a way of, this is the only road they use, no one else uses it, so we'll get them to bank up here, and it will just hopefully create a little bit less congestion up this end. The iron ore, probably do the same, but I'm worried it might backlog up onto here. If it was further down you could, but for now I'm happy with this one. This road isn't very congested anyway. It's this road here we really need to work on. I was going to zoom out and just let it keep going, because as I said, we don't want to do this because we want the $50 million despite hard times. If you don't wait, usually you get between 30 and 40 million doing it my way. So all we have to do is get 25 million in the bank and we're good to go. We should easily make the rest of the money in that time. If you're not too sure, you can always just look at your bank balance and see how you're going. The war lasts 4 years and you have 4 years to build the war lasts 5 years and you have 4 years to build the granary, so that's 9 years. So whatever your yearly amount, it's like, yeah, even 2.6 times, that's like 25 million. So if I had 25 million, even my worst amount I've earned would still easily get me to 50 million. So yeah, about 25 million, we'll start building the granary, the food storage. So what I'm going to do is just close this, and once again, just wait. This mission, a lot of it is just waiting. So I'll see you soon. Hey guys, I'm back. I let it go a little bit extra, just to guarantee I'm going to finish the mission. So what I'm going to do is just close this, and what we have to do is just change one route. That's all we have to do. So this temp brick, what we're going to do is rename it just a brick. We're going to delete what stations are on the line, and we're going to reallocate it from here to here. It's that easy. And that the bricks should now build this. It's going to take a little while, but hopefully not too long. Looking for bricks. If you want to speed it up, you can ship a bit of stone down, but I find it's not necessary. You should get more than enough slag to produce the sticks, bricks that we need, or the construction materials as the game calls it. So what we're going to do now I've done that is just sit back and wait. The first lot of bricks has just started coming in. Alright, the warehouse has been built. So now we have to do is fill up the stockpile with food. As you can see, everything is in the 90%. We have so much food. It's not funny, and that's mostly because we were waiting for our money to build up. So this stockpile should fill up pretty quickly. Once again, we still got to do absolutely nothing. This mission is just waiting. I find it's actually quite boring because of that. You're just waiting. Okay guys, as you can see, we're about to hit the $50 million. Done. So shamelessly rich. And we're almost at 500 stockpile, so we should get another gold medal as well, because it's a bonus if you can get 500. And done. So another gold medal. The last two is fairly distributed, and never let food get below 5%. We got so much food we don't know what to do with it, and everyone is completely full. We could literally not feed anybody during the whole war, and that will never go below 5%. Even with zero food. Got quite a large stockpile, and even if we ran out, the pig farm will help. It's not a very fast food supply, but might as well take advantage of it. All we're doing now is just waiting and killing time. As soon as the war starts, 60 months the game will finish. So 5 more years plus 300. We've got 6 years left until the game's over. So just lay back and keep playing games on your phone. Alright guys, as you can see the war is about to start, and what's going to happen then is we'll stop receiving food as shipments. So done. Now we have to do 60 months and supply at least 10 foods. We've got absolutely tons. So what's going to happen now is this is going to actually start putting out food into here, and this is why we set this up as our main distribution, is we don't have to change anything now. Everything's already coming from here and going everywhere. The only thing is this here, there's a huge backlog of food, and yeah, we'll just leave that going. Food will just keep swarming across. If we did run out of a backlog, what you would do is change this to, instead of getting food from here, to getting food from the farm, because the farm will activate. But going by the fact that we have 750 food available, we don't have anything to worry about. So once again, you just want to sit here and just chillax. You've just got to wait for that months in a row to count to 60. Alright guys, as you can see, we're about to run out of food in the storage, and we've just got this pop-up telling us that now the farm is activated. It's going to start producing food. It doesn't really affect us. We actually have quite a lot of food, especially in here. Let me click the vehicle. Yeah, 196 for that run. Every run's got food. So just give it a sec, wait for the vehicles that have food on them to empty, and then we'll switch them all over to the farm. Okay, so you can see the backlog of food vehicles is almost gone. They've basically exhausted all the food supplies. There's only a slow trickle coming in through now. Even though it says it's coming in fast, it's not really. So what we're going to do is go into here, find the food run, open it. The first one, we want to click on that, then tell it to go to the farm. And then we can click on the first one, we're going to delete it, and the farm we want to fully load. So the reason we click on the farm first is then whatever new station we add is going to add immediately after, and then we deleted the original. So we still got the unload and full load farm. What you should start seeing is all the vehicles making their way up, and they'll create a nice little line here, and this will be a nice clear intersection again. But it's not too much of a problem. There's only 24 months left into the end of the game anyway. Alright guys, we're in the final month now. As you can see, the food hasn't even slightly dwindled. Everything is still pouring through nicely, and any second now we should get the last 2 gold medals. Done. So as you can see, perfect score. Just little points. When I left it and I was waiting to generate all the money, so 50 million, you didn't have to leave it as long as I did. But the longer you leave it, the more guaranteed you're going to have the 50 million. Just because in the game, some years you might make 1 million, other years you might make 7 million. All you need is like 5 years in a row where you're making $1 million for some reason. You don't know why. The traffic is slow. There could be a traffic jam. You could accidentally delete a bit of road, and that's it. You've just lost an hour's worth of gameplay. I'd much rather leave it that extra 10 minutes, get the extra $10 million, even if you don't need it, just to guarantee the win. Then you only have to play it once, and that's it. That's all you need to do. So I hope my walkthrough is handy, and thank you for watching.